everyone. Moose here, Airguns of Michigan. And we're back here live because Instagram freaking sucks. Fuck you, Instagram. Fuck you. Sorry if I offended anybody with my language, but for the last week, Instagram has not been telling any of my followers that I'm actually live on Instagram. I got into trouble because they assumed that they knew that I was doing something wrong, and in reality, I really wasn't. In hindsight, looking back on it, I just simply said, if you guys want more information on a gun, PM me. That's all. But whatever. But at this point, seriously, screw you, Instagram. You are a worthless social media site that does nothing for people that have any kind of freedom or want to have any kind of freedom. And YouTube's a real close second, or well, third, because Facebook, obviously. But what's going on, Wayne, from England across the pond there? Yeah, as a matter of fact, I was just talking with Triple G last night. Man, I love that brother. We're going to be doing live ourselves as well. But, yeah, it's a terrible platform, Instagram. Seriously. You know, you block people, you just do whatever you want, and just because somebody has a thought of their own and it doesn't align with yours, then screw that person, and they just do nothing but bad stuff. So, on that note, we just caught our serial killer. Sweet. I didn't realize I had a serial killer, but I'm sorry to hear that. But I'm glad that you did. And I hope he gets exactly what's coming to him. Yeah, so I do have some cool news. I was involved in a trade, or I'm involved in a trade right now with Mr. Ray Mickelson, which some of you guys might know him from YouTube and the fact that he did a great job in EBR this year with the speed shooting. Him and his son did really well in EBR. But I have acquired a Daystate Red Wolf Safari in 25 caliber with an extra barrel kit. So I have a 22 and a 25. And to me, that wasn't a great trade. Nothing against FX. Seriously, nothing against FX. I love my impacts. I really, truly do. But I found that over this summer, I kind of burned myself out with all the slug testing that I was doing, and I just needed a break and a change. Like I said, not that I have anything against the FX air guns. They are still my favorite go-to, especially the impact. But I found a new love and appreciation for the Daystate Red Wolves, as I have one in 177, and I figured, you know, now's a great time to do a 25 and a 22, and we're gonna be shooting those and having a good time with those and seeing what we can achieve and accomplish with those as well. So you guys will be able to see those in the upcoming videos. Got a few other way. I do have a Benjamin Aquila on its way, and the Aquila is one of those guns that honestly, it's kind of one of those things. Like when it first came out, I was relatively new in the PCP world. I had some high-end PCPs at that time, but I just thought it'd be a great air gun. And the only one that I really ever shot out of that line was the Kratos, and I loved it, but didn't have an Aquila, and I was like, you know what, I think, you know, we need to add an Aquila, and sure enough, it worked out great. So got one of those on its way, and we'll be talking about that. It's kind of one of those, in my opinion, you know, Benjamin, and yes, I understand that they're made by Crawl, but Benjamin just makes a great air gun overall. And I think I'm going to reach out to Airgun Revisions, Rich Dudek, and see about getting some upgrade kits for it. I think they actually have a spring kit. And actually, I have the spring kit, but I think he might have a valve too. Not really sure. But if in fact he does, I'm going to want to put it on there. See what we can achieve with that Aquila. See if we can't get it shooting some slugs. Just for the fun of it. Just to see what we can do. But, yeah, hopefully you guys will stay tuned for the, I'm going to be tuning a stock board with the Daystate tuner. I've thought about doing one on the Alpha Wolf with the computer itself, and we still may. I don't know. We're gonna get to that soon. But as for right now, it's kind of tough to get out. It's snowing like a blizzard out. It's like 35 degrees here where I'm at. It's a little chilly. Fahrenheit for those of you across the pond. And so yeah, it's like literally like a whiteout right now. So it's a little hard to get to the range and be able to be warm enough to sit for quite a while and do those tunings and things like that. So I will be this weekend, starting tomorrow actually. We're supposed to get back into the 60s and then through the weekend into the upper 60s, lower 70s. So I'll be out more this weekend, doing some other shooting and things like that, getting some more videos together for you guys, and we'll go from there. But what do you guys want to see more on the channel? I ask this question a lot because I really do want to supply you guys with what you're interested in seeing. So if you guys have something that you'd like to see on the channel, and and it's something within reasonable attainability for me, then I certainly want to do that. As I mentioned in the last couple of videos I've done, I do plan on shooting an RTI Profit 2 for bench next year. I hope. We're going to see how it shoots. I mean, I'm sure it's going to shoot well. I've seen some really good videos on them where people are getting really good results at 100 yards. So we're going to work with that gun over the winter, and on days that I can get to the range, we're going to go out and get that thing all set up and ready to go. I believe I'm going to top it. I'm almost positive I'm going to top it with an Arkin EP5, which is Arkin line. Seriously, if you guys haven't checked out Arkin Optics yet, seriously, you're missing out. Right now, they've got their SH4 6-24, and that is a 34 millimeter tube, and they're like $299 right now. Let's see. Please use the FX 177 FX crown. How to set up. Yeah, that's a big problem. Yeah, the crown. Let's start with the crown. So the crown is a big problem because it's really hard to get a hold of 177 crowns. You can order them, and I know people that have been waiting for quite some time to get one. I also know that barrel kits in 177 are just very, very hard to come by. And I think the reasoning why is because of sub 12 foot-pound over in a lot of Europe, and I think that a lot of those barrel kits stay there as opposed to being shipped over here. I mean, they do exist. I mean, I've seen them. I mean, I've got a buddy with an Impact 177. So it's not impossible, but it's a little more rough. What's going on, Benny? And what upgrade can you do for an Air Arms S510 sub 12 foot-pound? So upgrade wise on the S510, if you're limited to sub 12 foot-pounds, there's really not a lot. Now, if you're not limited to sub 12 foot-pounds, you can certainly upgrade the regulator. The regulator in those guns is what dictates the foot-pounds of energy. Don't try to resolve the regulator that came with the gun, but you can reach out to Huma Air, and Huma makes a great upgrade for turning that sub 12 foot-pound gun into an FAC gun. Just by adding one of those regulators. So, what's going on, Daniel? The turkey was definitely more dramatic, for sure. I mean, the deer, honestly, man, I was on the phone with my buddy Kevin, and I was out by the Harrison Sportsman's Club, and I'm just cruising down the road, and I'm talking to him, but it's 55 through there, but I happen to be doing like 40. I mean, it was kind of weather like today. It was kind of like rainy, sleety, kind of snowy mix. And that's not why I was going slow. I was just going slow because I was enjoying my morning, and it's back country roads. There's no traffic, nobody's around me, and literally I'm like just staring straight forward at the road, and out of the corner of my eye I see this blur, and I went, oh crap, deer. And I never even really saw it, because by the time I made impact with it, it was literally standing in front of my car, or at least in a run in front of my car, and it knocked the deer straight down. And like, you would think that the deer being as high as it is, and my car being a Ford Escape, you would think that it would have came over the hood. And I was kind of like, it happened so fast I didn't even have time to react, but I was just kind of like, whoa, this is weird. And it literally knocked it down like a bulldozer, and I pushed it for probably, I don't know, 20, 30 feet maybe, and then all of a sudden I hear this clunk, and it goes flipping off into the ditch. And I think what probably happened was it was kind of like on its side, because I can see where there's like hoof marks, like scrape marks on my bumper, where it was trying to push itself off the car. And I think what probably happened was one of its hoofs got stuck underneath my tire, and when it did, it kind of sucked the deer into the car and then shoved it off the side. So no real damage to the car. I mean, I've got a few scuff marks and some paint that looks like it kind of got like crinkled on a plastic bumper, but yeah, I mean, realistically, I mean, it happened so fast. Stopped, I got out, looked at the car, and I didn't see the deer. And then on the way back home, I stopped and like looked through the ditch and everything. It's kind of a long top down, and there was no deer. So I'm guessing that it actually probably survived. Like I said, I was only doing like 40, and when I saw the blur, I hit the brakes. So, and then ironically, as I was saying yesterday, I look in the rear view mirror as I'm going by, and it came from my left to my right, and on the left hand side of the road I could see a big buck and like 3 or 4 other deer, and they're all like just standing like they didn't go. I made a comment yesterday, like they're all probably like, hey dude, whoa, don't go yet. Oh shit, like you just got whacked by a car. So yeah, it was it is what it is. I mean, like I said, it seemed to have survived, and I didn't run it over per se, and it certainly didn't hurt my hood or anything like that, at least that I've noticed. So like I said, I think I just knocked it over. The ground was so slick, so I think it just pushed it along like a bulldozer would do, and then just threw it off to the side. So yeah, when it went off to the side, it was funny because all I could see was white belly and hoofs. Yeah, it was kind of cool. I laughed hindsight, because obviously, I'm glad it didn't roll up my hood. But yeah, the turkey, man, if you guys didn't hear the story about Denny and I, So Denny's up here. We're leaving high pressure pneumatics. Actually, no, we were on our way back from shooting the Long Ranger, and we're cruising down the expressway, and we're doing 75 miles an hour. And up here, I mean, like, traffic is almost non-existent. I mean, you see a few people here and there, but I live out in the sticks. And so we're cruising down the expressway, and we come up over this hill, and I'm like, dude, what is that? And I'm like, oh crap, it's a turkey in the middle of the highway. And there was a truck that was probably, well, he was in the left lane, I was in the right lane, and he's probably 20, 30 yards behind me. And so the turkey's not moving, and I'm like, crap, man. I mean, we're 300 yards, 200 yards, 100 yards. Now I'm starting to slow down because I don't want to hit a turkey and jack my car up or anything else. So I start slowing down. Well, the truck, he has no clue. So he's still doing 75, 80 miles an hour, whatever he's doing. And the turkey starts to go to the right, and we're like, yeah, get off the road. And then he turns around, and he starts going left. And we're like, no, don't go that way. And man, he stepped out in front of that truck and tried to take off flying. And I mean, that truck hit that turkey. And I mean, Denny and I, all we saw was feathers for probably a second or two. And that truck just obliterated that friggin' turkey. Feathers everywhere. It was like an exploding golf ball of turkey. And yeah, so that was kind of cool. I honestly, I thought the truck was going to stop. I was going to stop with him just to make sure everybody was all right, but no, he didn't stop. He did not stop. But yep. So that was a crazy story. So I'm sure that, honestly, and I hate to say this, knock on wood, but I'm sure I'm going to hit another deer while I'm up here. They are literally everywhere, guys. Turkeys and deers are just everywhere up here. I mean, it doesn't matter what you do. You really almost can't even drive, X amount of distance without just, running into a turkey or a deer. So I'm sure that there'll be another opportunity. But all right, Denny, you go eat your bagel and post that you're eating Eggs Benedict with bacon, sausage, ham, and a southern omelet on the side with hash browns and corned beef hash. And then post a picture of your real breakfast, a bowl of Wheaties. But peanut butter toast, man. I love peanut butter toast. I like peanut butter jelly toast even more. I love putting jelly on toast. Diabetes don't like it so much, but man, I love it. But anyway, so all right, guys. Well, I'm gonna get off here. I appreciate you guys hanging out. Look for those videos, man. Like I said, I did do a review on a 25 caliber Red Wolf Safari, but that one's not mine. That one actually belongs to High Pressure Pneumatics, but the one that I just traded for, that one's mine, and it is on its way. So look for those videos. I'm going to show you guys how to use the Healy board. I'm going to show you guys how to use the regular programmer on that as well. And then if I get enough interest, maybe I'll do one with the Alpha Wolf, and we'll connect it to the computer. And I hope to show you guys how to do that one too. So until next time, I'm Moose. This is Airguns of Michigan. Be good to each other, and God bless. That's right, not my breakfast.